Hello, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is V Valera, and I'm the author of Readers. You can find info on how to purchase my novel in the description box below, as well as links to my other platforms where you can connect to me. So today we're going to do a reading for the pink super full moon in Libra. Had to get that right. I kept calling it pink super moon or super pink moon or something like that. So let's see what the spirits have to say to us today. On your deck are my rose quartz. I thought, in honor of the pink super full moon, I thought I'd put them both there. And rose quartz, of course, is for love. So I hope to infuse your deck with a lot of love. I'm going to shuffle a little bit. Let me just, we had some lighting issues last time, so I apologize. I hope that'll stay the same, that lighting. Okay. So I've shuffled extensively off camera as well as on camera now. And I've also prayed and meditated on the cards. So now we're going to ask the spirits what messages they have for us on this pink super full moon. Here we go. Now you may wonder, I just got this little nudge here to talk about it. You may wonder why I shuffle on camera. I think, well, for me, it's because I know that there are a lot of skeptics out there, so they may not quite believe the, utter synchronicity of the cards that fall. So I like to shuffle on camera, and it's also kind of like, okay, this is what, this is a service that you want, and of course, as a service, you want to see how it's done to an extent. I don't know, what do the spirits have to say? Let's see. Give it another shuffle. Also, welcome to my new subscribers. I thank you very much, and I'm really honored that you want to spend your time with me. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Whoa, okay. All right. Okay, now let's see how these all fell. Those were like that. And I'm going to go like this. Like that. Okay. All right. Sorry, I like to make them super nice looking. Okay, here we go. Let's see what they have to say. First card, Two of Swords, Six of Wands, Eight of Swords, Princess of Wands, Eight of Cups, the Wisdom card or High Priestess, the Lover's card, Five of Wands, and the Transformation card. Interesting. Okay. This is the Death card, which is totally fine. We've got this. All right, let me see what I can hear. Okay, so the first card is Two of Swords. This is typically past, present, future, or recent past, recent, present, and future. You and the first card sets the tone for the entire reading. So your first card is Two of Swords. That means the need to make a decision. But what I'm hearing is you have been waiting for someone to make a decision in their mind. You have also been waiting for victory. Six of Wands is victory, victory in a situation. And you've also been feeling like your hands are tied behind your back. That's Eight of Swords energy. So, so what I'm hearing is you've been waiting on someone. It sounds like you know that there's victory coming, because this card is the fact that the mere fact that this card is here means there's a concept of victory. That means it's all that you already know that there's victory coming. You or victory on your path. You've just been waiting for it to arrive to you. Okay. And then and through this time you've just felt like you've had your hands tied behind your back. Like no matter how much you know that victory is imminent, you just don't know when it's imminent. And this means feeling like your hands are tied behind your back, but it also means, you know, along the same vein, that you've been kind of trapped within your thoughts. Swords are thoughts. You've been trapped in your mind. Um, I'm hearing limitation. And they're saying limitation on victory. You've been putting a limitation on victory as to when. The way you're putting a limitation on victory is that you are like, you are internally, you are requesting or wanting a deadline, when that's not how it works. They're saying it comes in divine timing, but at least there is victory to be attained, right? So sorry, I had to adjust my seat. So we'll go to the next line, which is the Princess of Wands. Wands are action, or also fire. Oh, they also want me to remind you, the one you're waiting on for a decision, they may be an air sign, just because swords are for air. Those are thoughts and typically represent the element air. So that's Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So that doesn't mean, that will mean Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. And as you know, I always like to count the Venus, because a lot of times what we're looking for in the readings is, you know, information about love. So, okay, back to Princess of Swords. So, or sorry, Princess of Wands. So wands mean action. They also represent fire. This particular card typically means passion, integrity, action. So this is a princess. It's not a queen. So it's not fully a realized action, not a fully realized action. So this is saying it's just the beginning of action. Um, Now, Eight of Cups is the card for leave taking. Can you see on the camera? She is walking away from all of these cups, and cups are feelings. So they're asking you to take leave of all these feelings, all these old feelings. And they're saying, and walk anew. That's their phrase. And this is also the perfect time, because they're showing me the moon. I mean, tonight is the full moon, but okay, so they're saying tonight is the full moon, but this is something they may have asked of you when the moon was a sliver. So I'm getting the sense that they're hoping that you, by this full moon, have already either gotten to that point in the process where you've already left these old feelings. Um, that's what they're hoping, that you've already started the task of doing so. And then we have the High Priestess card here. So the High Priestess card usually, you know, typically means someone, probably someone that you trust to go to for guidance. And, you know, usually High Priestess means an intuitive, an actual High Priestess. um, could even be religion. But in this sense right here, they're telling me there's going to be something a new is stirring. Okay, something is going to happen. They hope that you've left your old feelings behind. So what that could mean, be just maybe the way you felt about things. They're hoping that you left that behind. And this wisdom is talking about not really you seeking the high priestess. Well, you are watching this channel, but they're talking about going within. Okay, so there's something starting, something's brewing, and they hope that you've left your old feelings behind because they're not going to serve you. They're saying they're not going to serve you where you're going. They're just telling me superfluous, and they're too much. They're like too heavy for you to bear, a burden to bear. And they're saying to get to this point, they hope they hope for you to they hope that you're at this point, and they're saying to get to this point, if you haven't already, they're asking you to go within, meaning, work on your inner world, what you need to work on in yourself, where you maybe need to improve, where you need to let go, things like that. And so we'll go to the third line, which is the Lover's card. Now, this is always welcome. So I haven't done it in a while, but this is a major arcana. Let me read this because honestly, the goddess Venus doesn't come up a lot in our readings. Oddly enough, even though a lot of our readings tend to be about love. Keywords: harmony, passion, sexuality. Meanings: a renewed awareness of the nature of passionate love and what is needed to encourage it. Artistic creativity, sexuality, the integration within oneself of the masculine and feminine, the god and the goddess, the divine marriage, if you will, a new important relationship, self-esteem. So, what I'm hearing about this is it's not so much romantic love. It touches upon the going within message, which is, so they're saying at this time, at the time of the virus, when all of these things are going on, they're asking you to go within and to work on yourself and work on balancing. The Lover's card is usually, I believe, on the Rider-Waite deck, it shows two people, masculine and feminine. So they're asking you to go within and try to integrate the different parts of you. Remember, balance is achieved when we have equal masculine and feminine energy, positive and negative energy. Negative not meaning evil or bad, but just, polarity we're talking about. And the reason why that's important, they want me to tell you, is that they, at this time of the virus, they are really asking everyone to, as we have gone within our houses, to go within ourselves, as I keep saying. That is why they're talking about integration. They're asking to go within ourselves because as we go within ourselves and we work on ourselves, we improve ourselves, we start to, how do I say this? It's like we start to create a new organism. We start becoming anew. Um, and I think that's why that word came up. We start becoming anew, meaning we are going through a transformation. Okay, this is the death card in the Rider-Waite deck. The death card does not mean physical death. It's talking about transformation, the ending of one type of existence and then beginning a new one, transforming into something new. Now, this can be And it used to be for me a really scary card when it would come up. But actually, as time went on and as I trusted in the universe more and more and more, I realized that every time they called on me to transform, they would always transform me into something better. They would take me to a new level. And when I got there, I was like, whoa, thank you so much. But before that, I was, I was scared. I was like, oh shit, where is this going to take me? But as we trust in the universe, we make space and allow them to take us to the next level, which is exactly what's happening right now in the entire world. So if you're not aware, there is a new world being birthed. So I didn't touch on this one. Five of Wands typically means it's a card typically for envy, but I'm getting the sense that it's not talking about envy, it's talking about the clash within ourselves. It's like the clash within ourselves, the clash within each other. Wands are action. Um, like I said, it typically means envy, but they just wanted a picture where they show these people in almost a circle, so kind of representing the world, right? And we're at odds with one another. Conflict. Wands are action. We're clashing and we're at odds with one another. And it's like we're doing all this and we don't realize that, hey, there's sun in the back. Meaning, what I'm hearing, what they're telling me is that there's enough love for everyone to go around. There really is enough resources for everyone to go around. It's just, okay, this is their message. We have forgotten one another. Okay, we have forgotten one another. There's people out there. Okay, this is all their words. There's people out there that are suffering, and the whole question is whether or not they can be helped. But the answer is that yes, they can be helped if we remove the monetary limitations that are on there. Um, there was a teenager who had the virus and was turned away at the hospital because he didn't have insurance. In a worldwide pandemic, that should not be happening. That should not be happening. If my brother or sister is ill, if our brother or sister is ill, we take care of them, not because whether or not they have money. Money is a completely, totally human construct. And I will tell you now how the spirits talk when they want something done. And, we say, okay, I need to buy that or I need to get this. They don't understand what money is. Money doesn't exist in the spiritual world. It's a totally, totally human construct. And it can be our downfall. It is our downfall right now. So they're talking about transforming the world, transforming the world, integration. So the masculine, feminine, the polarities, positive and negative, coming together into a balance. And when we achieve balance, then we we achieve success. We achieve true sight and spirituality. And okay, they're saying it's why is that a goal? It's because we were born connected and we are actually all part of one greater being. And to be disconnected, like this when we should be integrated, it's just it's not going it's been happening for thousands of years. It's not going to last any longer. So okay, moving on. Let's see what else they have to say. Now, I don't know if there's going to be any love messages in here, so let's see. Actually, let me switch decks. Whoa. Okay, never mind. All right. The Sun card. Ace of Wands. Ooh, Six of Cups. Oh, Three of Swords. Prince of Wands. Contemplation. And then Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so this one is about love. So the first card is the Sun card. All right, so they're saying that the sun is now starting to peak out, okay? And there is a new passion awaiting, arising, new passion happening. What is the word? They're saying a new passion is being born. Ace of Wands means, well, wands are action and aces are beginnings. So it's a beginning of a new time of action, or this card typically means passion, passionate, something you're really, yeah, okay, they're saying it's a time of great passion that's coming. So the sun is peeking out. There's a time of great passion coming. And it's going to be with someone from your past. Six of Cups. Okay, so this next line, though, is Three of Swords. Now, Three of Swords, when this card comes up, it's kind of like, it means heartbreak, grief, depression. It doesn't necessarily mean it's coming. It may be something you have been dealing with. Let me check here. Okay. Let me check on something. Sorry, this Prince of Wands, he's meaning something else. Okay, new ideas. This is new ideas, communication. Okay, that's what I wanted to check on. There is a inside here. There she is, Princess of Wands. Okay, so there is you. This isn't coming towards you. This isn't moving towards you. Okay, so we can relax. We can exhale on that. This is something that you've been experiencing: heartbreak, grief, depression, about a certain love, someone from your past. But there's going to be, this is new ideas, new communications, but it's going to be a new communication. So maybe a message coming in, and it's going to be, now see how it's Six of Cups, someone from your past. We have the Princess of Wands here and the Prince of Wands. So that tells me that there's a soulmate connection here. Now you're both prince and princess. You're not king and queen. So it's going to be, there's indicating it's going to be the beginning. It's going to be a beginning of love. And then contemplation is the card for the Hermit. And then the Hermit is a card for introspection, for going within, which has been a big theme in this reading so far. So you've been experiencing heartbreak, grief, depression over the person on your mind, in your heart, someone from the past. New messages are going to come in, and this is the Hermit, and it's talking about introspection, but they're not saying that, they're not asking you to go within. They're saying it's this new communication is going to happen during the time of introspection, which is right now, which is I don't mean right now today, but which is this time of the virus. It's a time of introspection. So something during this time. They're saying, they just said it. I don't like to talk about time frames because that time is fluid, but I just heard 6 months. So what is this? April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah. So in the fall. It's not in the fall when it's going to happen. It's within 6 months it's going to happen. So from here until the fall, there can be a new development. And Seven of Pentacles confirms it. It is, this is what they're saying. It's weird. They're saying produce. It is the produce of the seeds that you have planted. They mean it's the results of the seeds that you have planted. The fruit, It's the fruit you're going to bear from the uh, seeds that you had planted with someone, with your Six of Cups. So that sounds nice. Let's see. Let's read on the Seven of Pentacles. Let's read about this fruit that is coming from the seeds that you planted. Okay. Here we go. Oh, you're going to have... Wow. Okay, so you are going to have from the seeds that you planted, you are going to have Ten of Cups, which is an amazing card. It's top of the hilt. It's emotional fulfillment, abundance, happiness. Whenever I see this, I see cheer. And yeah, they're telling me they mean to convey this message to whom it resonates for at this time of the pink super full moon. Okay, now what's coming to you is reciprocity. That's a lovely thing. People might take that for granted, but reciprocity is awesome. Reciprocity, reciprocal, it's meaning an equal exchange between people. So no longer will you have someone that's always just taking. You're going to have someone that will give back to you just as you give to them. And I think that sounds wonderful, and it's bringing tears to my eyes. Now, here's a caveat. Before this arrives, we have in the middle the goddess Yamana, and the goddess Yamana's balance. But also, this is a card for temperance, patience. So before these arrive, they're going to ask of you patience. Patience. I know, it's hard. It is really hard, but it's coming. I mean, you had the victory card, someone from your past. So this, like I said, it was soulmate connection. Someone from your past doesn't necessarily mean someone from, like, it was a, boyfriend or girlfriend from, high school or something like that. It could also mean someone from your past lives. Okay, and I truly think so, because we had the Prince of Wands, Princess of Wands. When two of the same show up in a reading, typically denotes a soulmate connection. So this is what you have to look forward to. So we did get a love message. Yay! All right. So I want to use in your reading my new deck, Sacred Rebels Oracle. And see what other messages they have for us. Oops, they said one more time. Okay, here we go. As for one oracle. Okay, we have two cards. We have power of attraction and in the world, not of the world. Whoa, what does that mean? In the world, not of the world. All right, let's see. Power of attraction, number 13. This is a beautiful card. Let me show you. Look how gorgeous that is. All right. Let's see what the message is. Okay. This oracle comes with a special message. You have recently completed a cycle or level of manifestation and are transitioning into the next level of experience. Like a big fish leaving the small pond and feeling like a rather small fish in a bigger pond, there will be some getting used to it time needed as you find your way. This will add to what you have already done and bring valuable expansion to your realization of your abilities as well as many new relationships and opportunities to help you go further on your own journey. On your journey. What you are in the process of creating will benefit from this stage of your process. Whether your creation is simply your sacred life path, a particular creative work, or an actual child, there is a positive and constructive energy that is unfolding for you now to boost this process and carry you further along the way. Do you dare to dream and believe in your dream until it manifests? Even if naysayers challenge you? Of course you do, sacred rebel. This oracle brings you guidance. You are going to attract whatever is needed to complete your work in progress and bring it to fruition. Fruition. Remain open to receive and trust in the unfolding of your life experiences. Do not turn away. All of the necessary elements are coming together. Allow this integration to occur so that you can manifest your dreams. Whoa, again with the word integration. Do you remember earlier? The Lover's card, the integration of masculine and feminine. Now, that could be, it's happening in several levels. The integration within ourselves, and then integration between masculine and feminine externally, meaning, a relationship. So that is really fantastic news. Okay, let's go to in the world, not of the world. That is very intriguing, right? Okay. This oracle comes as a message to you. Sometimes it is clear we are outgrowing them. There is something that you have outgrown. It has to do with your ideas about productivity, time, control, and money. It has to do with abundance, trust, and living with the fundamental belief that everything is going to turn out okay. You are ready to be much more vulnerable and exposed in life. You don't have to hide behind being organized, perfect, in control, or financially secure and stable. Nor do you need any other acceptable social face. It is time for you to loosen the strings of your own controlling nature. They are too tight and too restrictive for you anyway. You were born to live in a much freer way. When you live as you innately are, rather than how you have been conditioned to be, you will experience greater joy, freedom, and support. When you are not resisting yourself or resisting life, there is less resisting what you need as it comes to you. So you are being guided to trust. Okay, this has to do with the transformation and also with the um, introspection that's happening in the world. So these are two separate messages. This is talking about letting go of, as we enter this new phase in the world, the message is about letting go of your past preconceptions, or even conditioning that you experience about who you should be, what you should be, what you should believe, what you should value. And just, they're saying, just base it on, these are the words, like base it on you, on believing you, who you are. So here's an example. You may have been raised in a family that values, um, okay, I'll just do an easy one, values money. And it's not to say they're greedy or anything like that, but they value money. And it is a big driving force in your lives. But at this time, in the world where money is really not needed, it's what's needed is the actual help, not. And I know that it takes money to buy things, but they're saying the world is at such a point. It's a pandemic that do we really even need to think about money anymore to help someone? So they're asking you to create new concepts, create new values, um, for this new world. But they're not saying it's not even new, because whoever this is resonating for, you already kind of thought that way anyway. You already thought of along those lines anyway, and they're asking you to trust the process and believe in the things that you believe. And they're saying you're not alone. There are many that think the way you do. Whoa. Yeah, the world is transforming. This card was jumping. Woo. Okay, let's hear from the White Light Oracle. I'm wanting to do several decks just because it's the full moon. It's a super full moon. So I thought we get as many messages as we can. Here we go. I have to say, with all the different decks, they all have different sizes. And then shuffling. For one card. So if you want to know why the pink super full moon is significant, I suggest just looking online. I wish I could tell you right off the bat. I mean, I know it's a super full moon, but as far as the pink part, maybe they don't want to talk today. Ooh, okay, just kidding. They do. All right, we have the Alabaster Tablet of Layla. Whoa. Beta of Spirit Wolf and Beatitude of Sacred Rapture. Whoa. Those sound very heavy duty. But that's what we need right now. We need messages. The Alabaster Tablet of Layla. You are remembering at a soul level. You are tapping into greater awareness and an understanding of your highest self, of your highest life purpose. You are tapping into greater awareness, and an understanding of your highest life purpose shall become even clearer to you. This may evoke unsettling change within you, but that change is necessary for a new way to manifest. You are protected and guided at all times, especially when you feel uncertain about your course. You are truly loved. Whoa, I'm sorry if I'm tripping on those words. Sometimes the energy is a lot and you get kind of like tongue-tied. You are tapping into greater awareness, and an understanding of your highest life purpose shall become even clearer to you. Okay. So again, they're clarifying on this concept of transformation. And it's just like what we talked about. The world is transforming, and it's not only is the world transforming, but we are being asked to transform along with the world. And part of this is what I'm hearing. Part of the fuel behind the transformation is that the souls are starting to remember, meaning a lot of people are waking up right now. Now, if you're talking about full awakening, no, it's more like just 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 that, just what was said. More people, the souls are starting to recognize and understand that we are spiritual beings in these meat sacks, not meat sacks who happen to have spiritual meaning beings or souls. It's the other way around. Okay, Beta of Spirit Wolf. Give yourself enough rest. Only then will you be able to ground yourself enough to cultivate focus and motivation to fulfill your path. You will find a way through any tricky situation as you tune into your instincts and trust your own timing. From times of change and uncertainty comes confidence, love, and resilience. Embrace transition. Commit to your tasks and stay focused, but be flexible in your approach. You have the skill to intuitively handle any issue. Basically, the spirits are saying, in summary, remember, they have humor. Basically, they're saying, you've got this. You've got this. You have the inner wolf, the inner light within you. You've got this. But they're saying, too, you, you can't burn the candle at both ends. You have to make sure that you take care of yourself as you are transforming, meaning get good rest, eat nutritious foods that feed you well on a cellular level. Okay, and that will help you. They're saying that will help prepare you to fight. That was their phrase. Okay, and we have the beatitude of sacred rapture. I like to say beatitude. I don't know. It might be weird. I apologize. Okay. Let your true self be seen. Search for the deeper spiritual purpose and opportunity for healing beneath conflict and suffering. If you have been in pain, this oracle brings a message of a joyful breakthrough. Your soul is growing stronger, more able to have faith in wisdom than in judgment or doubt. Commit to your spiritual path and know you are making progress, even if things seem more difficult for a time. Know that any such difficulty is part of your healing and that you will successfully move through it. Trust yourself. Okay, this is very similar to some of the earlier messages. And yeah, it goes along the lines with this oracle. Let your true self be seen. You no longer have to operate within the confines of the conditions that you were raised in or led to believe. You can now be your true self. You can now, just for an example, shits and giggles, if you were, a city person, but inside you were just like very granola, but all your whole family, everybody's city, but inside you were like, you know, pine trees, fresh air, mountain, granola inside. Be your true self. Be your true self. Be who you are. Be who you were born to be, not what society or your family or even friends have conditioned you to be. And that's a big part of this transformation that's happening in the world. We've all been functioning like going around like robots, like this is what we should do. We get a job, we go to school, we get a job, we have a family, and we die, and then that's all we know. But there's really much more to that. There really is. All right, so I want to close this reading with, as these are uncertain times, I want to close this reading with a message from Archangel Michael, the general who protects and watches over our paths. Here we go. Let's see what he has to say. Okay. All right. That was fast. Elohim, pathway of light. It's a beautiful card. Okay, let me read it to you. It's a beautiful card, and I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful message. Elohim, pathways of light. Life holds many hidden dimensions, pathways of light which lead to other realities and worlds. These hidden dimensions are inside you and can be accessed through the empty space between your thoughts. When the mind is calm, you can enter a place beyond thought, a place that words cannot describe and your mind cannot attain. It is the multidimensional conscious awareness of your soul, the real you, beyond your earthly limitations. Become aware of your breath. Breathe in light. Just observe and relax. After a while, you will feel a sense of peace. You are in a state of grace. Your thoughts float away and turn to light. Each breath brings you deeper into peace. Angels appear. They are your bridge between the spiritual and physical worlds and will guide you to the heart of creation. Through pathways of light, you enter parallel universes. New galaxies are born inside you. There is so much love. Your vision is filled with light. There is a still point. You have reached singularity, a point deep inside you from which all stems. My soul is a sacred space through which I can create endless abundance. My thoughts and ideas are not restricted by time or space. Okay, I'm not going to lie, that was a very, very deep message. I'm not even going to interpret that for you. What I suggest is for you to rewind and then listen again to the description. This is talking about who you really are. It's talking about a very deep inner truth. So this message, I'm not interpreting the card, but I'm going to tell you about this message. This message is for people who are watching and who it's resonating for. They're on a particular path. They're in I'll just say they're in a more, they're further along in their spiritual development and also their, how do I say this? They're further along in their spiritual development and also in how they perceive the universe. So I'm going to leave it at that. And like I said, rewind it and listen to the message because it's far more profound than I can convey. But it was meant to be here in this reading today for someone who's going to come along and watch it. So it may be you. At any rate, this concludes the pink super full moon reading for today. I thank you very much for joining me. I know that it is not easy out there, and I'm very grateful that you chose to spend your time with me. I hope that this resonated for many, and I hope that it helped. And if you have any questions or about spirituality or anything like that, please feel free to message me, okay, on any of my platforms. I appreciate it. All right, I'm sending you big hugs, and I wish you safety and health. Talk to you soon. Bye.